We are live. We are talking touchdowns. I'm your host, Astaire, joined as always by Tyler Hicks. We're ready to break down the NFL slate. Tyler, so much going on. The World Series is cracking off tonight. NBA in full swing. And, of course, the NFL continues to dominate the headlines. Any overall thoughts on the National Football League, some of the news, all the happenings going on before we dive in and break down the slate game by game?
No, I mean, not really to go over just the overall thoughts. I mean, still early in the week. I don't take much from that Thursday night game because Buffalo just stumbles through games. So we can get right into the slate for Sunday night or just Sunday as a whole.
Yeah. Being a Lakers hater cost me about $100 last night, Tyler. As remember, I parlayed the Bills money line. And it's funny. I wanted to jump in on that -9. Our projections had it at 12, but we did not do it, and it ended up being the right call. That was a pretty interesting game overall. I thought that Baker really didn't look good until they went against the prevent, right? And they had the lead, and then he was able to work it down the field. But other than that, I would say pretty disappointing start for the Buccaneers. And if you're the Bills, you have to worry about the way that you're closing out games. Even with that new run game, still not able to put teams away. That team is so Josh Allen dependent. Could be an issue there for them going forward, but I'm not saying anything new. And that's not something we learned last night. We've known it for a while. Tyler, nothing going on in Europe this week. So for me, the games will start at 10 a.m. For you guys out there on the East Coast, it'll be a 1 p.m. start when the New Orleans Saints are -1 in Indianapolis, taking on the Colts. Total of 43.5. The Colts were involved in the highest scoring game of the week last week. Who knows what to make of the Saints? Great roster, great weapons, supposedly improved at quarterback. This team's still wildly inconsistent. Talk to me about this game, Tyler. How are you feeling when the Colts host the Saints?
Yeah, I'll start the week with just like an overview of the entire slate. It's definitely teaser week with the way these lines are lined. And there's certain games that I think we should just cross off, this being one of them. Don't try and pick a winner in this game. Both teams just kind of stumble their way through the season. The Saints can't score points, and Gardner Minshew could blow up at any moment. We've seen him put up 30 last week. In the game before that, he was throwing picks left and right. So leave this game alone and save yourself some stress at 1 p.m. on Sunday.
No, Tyler, we bet this game.
No, we didn't.
Didn't we bet it yesterday? Because I put it in.
No. Well,
we took the under.
Fred bet it, but
did I do that wrong? Were we not supposed to take the under in that game? All right, I think Tyler froze up. I like the under here. We had this game coming in at 41. It's a total of 43.5. And I know the Colts put up a lot of points last week against a really good Browns defense. But I think this game will be slowed down. We'll see a lot of running. And who knows? The Saints might not even put up any points at all. I like the under here, Tyler. Were you not? I thought we were in agreement on this under.
I mean, I lean the under, but I don't like playing totals in the NFL spread.
So okay, I put it on the sheet, so yell at me when that one loses.
Yeah, you were quick to the trigger. You were a lot quicker to the trigger than me.
Whatever, bro. I'm going to send you another picture of steak just like I did Chiefs -5 last week. Let's go. Astaire in the house. Under 43.5 on the Colts and the Saints. Jacksonville Jaguars -2.5. They're in Pittsburgh taking on the Steelers. Total is 41. If you were just to judge this game from a football perspective, the Jaguars is the play, but it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nothing makes sense. They always cover as a home dog. 18-5-1 after their most recent cover as a home dog against the Baltimore Ravens, I believe. So now they're back in that situation after covering. Did they cover against the Rams?
I believe so.
Okay. So this team keeps exceeding expectations. They are 4-2 on the season, taking on the Jaguars. Tyler, it doesn't make sense, but the Steelers are past to me.
No, the Jags usually beat up on the Steelers. They can't keep getting this lucky. I lean towards the Jags winning the game, but it's the refs could easily just gift this game to the Steelers like they've done the last 3 weeks.
I don't understand why you think they get so much better calls than the rest of these teams. I mean, there's bad calls in every single game.
Yeah, but all the bad calls seem to just help them in the long-term play of the game. So that's why I go that route. If you just got to watch the game spread. You'll see it. Like that first down they got against the Rams was not a first down. The refs didn't even blink. They were like, "Here's your first down." So they do get the benefits of the calls that always help them. But I think they're outmatched in this game. The Jags should be able to throw or run the ball. I think Etienne has a big game. I lean the Jags winning this one by at least 3.
All right, we're going opposite, but neither of us are betting this game, right? Because I lean the Steelers, but I didn't bet it.
Yeah, and it's just a lean.
What's up to my guy, Jonathan Nelson? Perfect rotation. Daniel Barry, glad to have you guys here hanging out with us as we are talking touchdowns. Nuke the house. House got nuked last night. Keg did another excellent job on the live show. Make sure you're checking that out, following those winners. And even if you don't have time to watch them on YouTube, he's tweeting out the plays as well. So make sure you're following at Nuke the House. Houston Texans, -3. In Carolina, taking on the Panthers. Tyler, you love the Texans here. It makes a lot of sense, except for it feels just too easy, Tyler. It's just like, I mean, you go to a bar and some hot girl's just throwing herself at you right off the bat. No, it doesn't work that way. Is it really this easy? Do we just have like a hot girl that's like, come back to my apartment right now with the Texans?
The more I look at it, I say no.
Right? We were all excited about it earlier in the week, and
we even said when we looked at it, said that should be the easiest pick on the board, but it's also going to be a very public bet. That's why we were very hesitant to play it. I wasn't quick to pull the trigger on it either. Now we're here. It's a play, I guess, and now we're up against the lines moving against us. It's the same thing as Detroit.
Barely, though. There's a lot of control. Like, so, we make our picks, and then I consume all the NFL content. Almost every podcast I've listened to is giving out the Panthers.
Yeah, because it's the same thing.
I think the money's going to be fairly even.
It's the same thing as the Detroit-Baltimore matchup as last week with the zone defense thing. Bryce should be able to chew this defense up. So it's just a spot where it could be a trap game.
Yeah. All right. Well, I already have a ticket on the Texans. Do you think I should buy out?
I wouldn't hate getting that over that 3.5 if you can.
Because it wouldn't even cost me a lot right now. On Bookmaker right now, you're right. The line is moving slightly towards the Texans. I could get the Panthers +3 at +102 right now. So if they were to win, I'd actually make a little bit of money, and I'd only lose because when we played it was -108. So it would go from losing $400 to $40 if the Panthers won.
Yeah, I mean, of all the games, this one worries me. I think it's the trap spot.
Yeah, and they also other stats. One of the reasons all the contrarians like them that I heard after we made the play is these winless teams off a bye are really good ATS. So. That's your thoughts, though. I don't know if I completely agree though with playing the Panthers as standalone. To me, it's still Texans or pass.
I mean, I wouldn't be betting the Panthers, but I think
you see my point.
Yeah,
like I might buy out here, but I mean, yeah, especially if I can get a +3.5. All right, let's move it on. The Philadelphia Eagles are -7. They're in Washington. They're taking on the Commanders. Total's 43.5. When we talked earlier this week, Tyler, I expected the Eagles to take money. I also thought this was a weird one when we ran the projections and it said take the Eagles. And I said, watch out. This is that division matchup where sometimes weird things happen and certain teams have each other's numbers, right? With the Colts, Jaguars, Saints, Bucks, Raiders, Broncos, these Patriots, Jets, right? This kind of falls into that category where the Commanders always at least cover against the Eagles. Now they're back at home. But as we were talking with Meg yesterday, a lot of concerns around this team, specifically the offense. The Eagles did not cover when they played at home. About the same number here, Tyler. Wasn't it about 6.5, 7 in Philadelphia?
Yep.
So obviously people have upgraded the Eagles since then and downgraded the Commanders. And when I say people, obviously the market moving these numbers as money's come in towards the Eagles. That's what my projections had, but I couldn't pull the trigger just because of how well historically the Commanders have played against the Eagles Seems like it could be a tough division matchup here. Total's 43.5. I don't have a lot on this one.
Yeah, I talked about at the top of the show. It's teaser week. This is the first team we'll talk about. Don't even try and lay the 7. Make them a leg in a teaser. Knock them down to 1. Washington does always play them closer, but they should be able to etch out this win here because their defensive line should be able to get pressure on Howell. I don't really see them losing this game, so getting him at -1, I think, is a nice anchor in a teaser.
I'm trying not to play road favorites as teasers anymore.
I agree.
Especially this week where we have so many other ones, right?
It's the Eagles, so I'm not that worried.
I mean, I lost on them last week, I think, didn't I?
In a teaser? No, you didn't, because they beat Miami by.
Okay, I lost on them in a teaser 2 weeks ago.
That was against the Jets, and that's just ugly game that made no sense.
For example, I prefer this teaser, Tyler. The Dallas Cowboys are -6 at home against the Los Angeles Rams. Totals 45. Cowboys coming off a bye. I think that could be huge for this Cowboys team. Tony Pollard, I think he's going to look a lot better. His usage is creeping up. They're going to need him to be good if they're going to meet their expectations for this season. But the reason I really like the Cowboys here as a teaser and also the -6, I think I'm trying to get you to add it to the card. I don't think we have. We? Cowboys aren't official, right? I want them to be official, Tyler. I want them to be official. Look at the way that this team is going to be so much better on the defensive side of the ball. And I know that the Rams are good, but we're going to see a lot of pressure on Stafford. This is going to be like those days of the Detroit Lions. Cowboys are going to be living in the backfield. They're not going to be able to establish the run with that Rams team. I like the Cowboys a lot here. I love them as a teaser, and I want to add a -6. Can I convince you, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm going to be on the teaser just because I don't like laying that many points, especially his own defense versus Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. But, I mean, I could see them winning the game by 7. I feel more comfortable just smacking them in a teaser and getting them down to half a point.
Okay, and that's fine. I agree with you. The teaser there, I like that so much better than that Philadelphia on the road there. All right, Tyler, I guess I failed. I mean, they're going to blow them out, dude. This is going to be a great game for the Cowboys, I believe.
I don't like laying anything more than like 4 points in the NFL. I know you could win bets doing it, but look at last night. Everyone wanted to lay 9, and the refs literally forced Tampa Bay into the end zone at the end of the game.
All right. Your point stands. First one of this one's for sure on my teaser, though. For sure, a teaser leg. Oh, speaking of long teaser legs here, Tyler, let me just step back, ask one question. Steelers plus 8.5?
No.
Okay. Any reason why?
Because the last time they were in the same spot and you try to tease them up, the Niners punched them right in their mouth and beat them by like 50.
Great point. All right, the New England Patriots are plus 9.5 in Miami, taking on the Dolphins, total of 47. Even when the Patriots are good and the Dolphins were bad, the Dolphins will cover and blow out the Patriots here. But 9.5 is a lot of points. This is the largest spread on the board. The total is 47. What are the Patriots? They're coming off they had the nice win, right? Last week over Buffalo.
Over Buffalo,
And Miami Dolphins are coming off of the loss to Philadelphia. Now, Dolphins are passed, but an easy pass.
Just Tyreek Hill touchdown and win at plus 105. Don't lay the 9. I mean, they could easily blow them out. It's now in Miami to where that first game they played was in New England. So I think Miami's offense is better. Tyreek Hill is going to play. I think they put up a ton of points and they easily win this game. I don't see New England bouncing two wins in a row off of good teams. So Miami bounces back with a big one here.
All right. A little game with some teaser protection there, though, Tyler. If that was 8.5, I think that would be the most popular teaser leg of the week. So I'll bet you, even though Patriots aren't really highly that power rated. So I get into that 9.5 was actually pretty easily for the books. There's a play I like, Tyler. Here's a play that I like. The New York Jets are minus 2.5. They're in New York taking on the Giants. Total's down to 36. I'm taking this Jets on the strength of the defense. Their defense is so much better. And I know the Giants looked a little better the last couple weeks here. And it is Zach Wilson, but still, Jets defense is by far going to be the best team on the field. Not to mention, even though we have Zach Wilson out there, I mean, at this point, is Tyrod or Daniel Jones even that much better? Breece Hall, the same as Saquon Barkley. when it really comes to affecting the way that a game works. And Garrett Wilson's probably the best receiver on the field. Jets have had offensive line issues, but this is one of the few games where they actually have the better offensive lines too. They completely crush on the defensive end at all three levels. Technically, it's a road game, but we know that it's not. I laid the 2.5 with the Jets, Tyler. Totals 36. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I like the Jets here too. I mean, I think you hit everything on the head. Way better defense. Everything else kind of balances out. I don't really think Tyrod and those guys are that much better than Zach Wilson. It's just Breece Hall's going to break a couple big runs. He probably scores a touchdown here. Garrett Wilson's going to get open for Zach Wilson. I like the Jets here to pick up this one too.
Yeah, and if you want to have some fun, right, you did the Hill touchdown and win, you get some plus money. If you did a Breece Hall touchdown and win, don't mind that look at all. The Atlanta Falcons are minus 2.5. They're in Tennessee. They're taking on the Titans. Tyler, this total's down to 35.
Just skip it. We ain't got to talk.
Bro, I can't bet over 35.
I'm not. No. I'm not sitting here for another week. When we did this last week, you tried to make me bet Tyson Badgett and goddamn Brian Hoyer, and now you're going to try and make me bet Will Levis and Desmond Ridder. No.
All right.
If we're betting shitters, we're doing it in the other league, not this league.
Let us continue then. I want to bet over 35 so bad, bro.
You can go do it, but you could put a gun to the side of my head right now. There's a 0% chance I'm betting on those two bums.
If I had a gun, you would do it.
Nope, I'd pull the trigger for you.
All right, Tyler, bringing the heat today. So I cannot interest him in taking part in this Falcons versus Titans game. Okay.
I'd rather go to the local gas station to give my money to a crackhead than
have some fun with me. Have some fun with me, just so we break down the game a little bit. Who do you think will score more fantasy points this week? Will Levis or Desmond Ridder?
Probably Ridder, because I think Levis is only going to play a half of football, and then they're going to have to put Malik Willis in there.
Why? You think he'll get hurt or just because he'll suck?
I think they're both going to suck.
All right. The Minnesota Vikings are minus 1.5. They're in Green Bay taking on the Packers. Total's 42. Jordan Love has definitely not been the answer for this offense. The injuries on the wide receiver and running back have hurt him as well. That offensive line not playing as well as expected. The Green Bay Packers defense not playing as well as expected. The Vikings off to a rough start, but they seem to be finding their form. I know Justin Jefferson, big deal, blah, blah, blah. But Jordan Addison seemed to step in and look fine there, at least against, it was against 49ers. So that's a good defense that they did it against. We also got TJ Hawkinson, who was getting banged up in that game, but I expect him to play for this one here. Vikings have too many weapons. It's Vikings or pass. Total's 42. Tyler, what's up? I think you froze on me. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I was going to try and be the guy that was like, Green Bay's going to win this game. And then I went and looked at their injury report, and it's still terrible. Even now, guys are popping up. Outside linebacker Preston Smith didn't practice yesterday. Luke Musgrave hasn't practiced all week. Aaron Jones was limited. Devondre Campbell's limited. Jari Alexander didn't practice. It's Minnesota or pass, but I'm probably just passing on this game because after 3 straight wins, I still don't think this team is good. I don't want to lay points with them. And then
why are they not good?
They still have no defense, and look at the teams they beat.
They do, though, because Brian Flores makes them get better every single week.
Brian Flores.
Yeah.
The old coach that just sends blitz at terrible offenses for 3 weeks doesn't make them a good defense.
So they just shut down a Super Bowl contender last week, and they don't get any credit?
Missing their best offensive lineman and their best wide receiver, and their quarterback had a concussion.
Green Bay's missing their best offensive lineman, their best receiver, and their quarterback sucks.
Yeah, that's why I lean Minnesota here, but I'm not betting it because I'm not getting caught in front of them when they lay a dud.
Give me Jonathan Nelson. Let's go. California love. From Oakland to Sacktown, the Bay Area and back down. We're betting the Vikings, Jonathan Nelson. You and I, Tyler, will not join us. The Cleveland Browns are plus 3.5. They're in Seattle. They're taking on the Seahawks. The total here is only 38. Tyler, I bet the over. I bet the over in this game. Will you join me in this one?
You said Seattle, Cleveland?
Yeah.
I'm going to still stay away because I don't think Kenneth Walker is going to play in this game. He hasn't practiced all week.
Okay.
Which means it's going to be a ball in more of Gino's hands against his defense. I don't think DK
only 38 points.
Yeah, but after what Cleveland just gave up last week, too, I think your defense is going to come out with a point to make. If Seattle can't run the ball, then it's just drop back, stalk the receivers. They're also not going to put any points on the board on their side, really, if it's PJ Walker. Jerome Ford's out. Kareem Hunt's hurt. It might just be Pierre Strong running the ball. This offense could be just dead before the game starts. You might need a lot from Seattle to get that 38, so I'm staying away.
Bro, I'm going to have so much money when I'm betting all these winners and you're just staying away this week.
I'm fine with that. After the way I got crushed last week, I need a week of I'm not going to put my hand in the cookie jar.
I mean, even though I don't need it, I might just go get another fresh haircut after all this money I'm going to win. All right. I kind of like the Seahawks laying the points, too, on the projections. I have it 25-20. That's a 5-point win for Seattle. Kind of like Seattle, too. Do you think I should get involved there? Or do you think the Browns are the right side?
I'd rather lay the points and play the over. I'd rather use Seattle's home field advantage against a weaker offense where all they got to do is win by at least 4 than to try and play the over where this game could be like 17-10.
Yeah, it's going to be 17-10 at the end of the first half. You're going to be blocking me on.
No, I think it's going to be 17-10 at the end of the game.
And in the first quarter. Gino to lock it. Let's go. All right. I want to add that Seahawks, but I'm already on the over 38. The Denver Broncos are taking money, Tyler?
Yeah, this one don't make sense, but
it has to be just all the people my age that just take points in a division matchup at home all the time, right? Like just reflexively. It's just like
it's that.
You brush your teeth in the morning, take a shower, take the points in a divisional matchup.
What, the Chiefs have won 16 straight against Denver. It's just one of, like, to be honest,
they've won 16 straight.
Yeah, they've won 16 straight against this team. And to be completely honest,
what's the longest in history?
I don't know, but
I'm looking that up right now. If I freeze, you guys know why.
Out of the teasers we've talked about and how you said you didn't really like
this is fine.
Philly as a road.
It's just like grammar, Tyler. You learn the rules so you know when to break them. We break the rules here. Tease that Chiefs game.
Yeah, but I feel like if one of these two road favorites is going to drop the ball, it's going to be them finally laying their first egg of the season.
Even if they lay an egg, they'll still win. It's the Broncos.
You go. I don't have many teasers locked in on the Chiefs, I'll say that. I have 1 or 2, but not as many as I have on the other teams.
All right, I'm still looking for this. All right. Yeah, let's add them to the teaser there. We'll add them with the Cowboys. I don't care. Let's say you only took one road favorite. You like the Eagles? Was that the one we talked about earlier? You like the Eagles better than the Broncos?
Yes.
I mean, than the Chiefs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I disagree. I like the Chiefs better. The Cincinnati Bengals are +4 now, Tyler. Total's 43.5. Why did I get an extra point? What happened? I bet this is a +3 yesterday. What happened, Tyler?
I don't know. I mean,
why didn't
he still
like the Niners here?
Even if Brock Purdy tries to go out there like on limited practice, somehow passes concussion protocol, like this team still isn't what it was at the beginning of the year. They're still missing key pieces. I think Cincinnati rolls onto the field and beats them again. So I'm on the Bengals money line. Somebody else can have those 4 points. Jamar Chase.
I'm doing both. I did a full unit on the it was +3 yesterday. You gotta be kidding me. Full unit, I at least have +107, so it's close to 3.5. And then I got a +150. It's at the +174 now, Tyler. What a ripoff.
Yep. Yeah,
all right.
I think
we like the points and the money line there.
Yeah,
give us the dog. Total 43.5. Get involved at all, or just cash the Bengals tickets?
Play the Bengals.
Baltimore Ravens are out to 9.5 in Arizona, taking on the Cardinals. Total's 44.5, -472 on the money line. They moved you out of the teaser zone, and I believe this is correct because we've talked about the Ravens being bullies before. The concern, of course, would be the travel and the let down spot. This one, I'm completely fine staying away from. What do you think?
We're on the Baltimore game, you said?
Yeah, is that fine?
Yeah, I was just making sure my computer cut out when you were giving the game. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm staying away from this game. Baltimore should smash, but it's not the same defensive scheme they beat up on last week. I don't see Arizona just getting pounded the same way Detroit did last week, and their defense should be able to keep them in there.
All right. Let's talk about Sunday night football. The Chicago Bears are +9. Total's 46.5. I haven't bet it yet, Tyler, but it's Bears or pass. There's no way. I'm laying 9 points with the Chargers. There's no way.
Yeah, I still see 8.5, which I don't mind knocking down to 2.5 and getting them under a field goal. I mean, it's still the Chargers we're talking about, but they've had some spots where like they played the Chiefs, they've played the Cowboys. Now they come in here, they're going to play the Bears, which is a much worse team. Khalil Mack gets another revenge spot where he can come in and just try and attack the quarterbacks and try and get 6 sacks again like he did against the Raiders. Their offense should be able to put up points against the Bears' bad defense too. So see Eckler, see Keenan Allen, these guys putting up points. And I don't think the Bears are going to be able to keep up. They're not going to be able to run plays to the right side and away from one player like they did against the Raiders all last week. So I don't think they have a chance this game. The Badgett experiment was nice, but teasing the Chargers down to 2.5, I think, is a spot this week.
I like the Bears +9. I haven't bet it yet. I have plenty of time. I don't think there's going to be a huge rush to bet the Bears here, Tyler. So I'm fine waiting. That's Bears or pass for me. We're going to do a full breakdown of Monday night on our review show on Monday, but do we need to bet this at all?
No,
right now, are you worried about a line moving?
No, but that's another one where you just at the teaser spot, 7.5, Detroit at home off the loss versus the Raiders, whose defense is literally one guy. And the Chicago gave everyone the blueprint last week. You just run the plays to the opposite side of Max Crosby and their defense just dies. Detroit's going to notice that. And that high-powered offense is going to run everything to one side and just torch that defense.
All right. We were quick. We were efficient. I think I took more stands than you. Where's we the people, bro? What happened to not taking a side here, bro? I'm the one making all the bets this week. And, of course, we the people, nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. All right, Tyler. I know you were a little less likely to pull the trigger this week, but what is your best bet for this Sunday?
Yeah, that Bengals +4.5. I honestly think they win the game, but we'll give the 4.5 out. I don't hate teasing it up to 10.5 because I think the game stays close. And I'm on the money line also because I think they have a very good chance of winning that game.
All right. I'm on the New York Jets -2.5. I talked about it earlier, but that defense is going to rule the day. Giants, they're coming off a win, right?
Yeah.
Great time to fade them. And, they beat the Commanders last week. I'm on the Jets -2.5, just off the strength of their defense. So there you have it. We got a little bit of a break, and then we're going to be back doing NBA in 27 minutes. So go get a drink. I mean, you even got time to, go see the girlfriend real quick or see the wife real quick, right? See, especially if you guys are working from home. Go get that taken care of. Pour a cup of coffee, whatever you need to do. We'll be back. Give us that thumbs up. NBA coming in 27 minutes.